This is Jerrod Sanders, who is a former UTEP track athlete, a former UTEP minor. Jerrod ran for UTEP in what years?
I attended UTEP between the years of 1995 and 2000. Graduated in 2000.
And what event did you run?
I was a long jumper by trade. Also did triple jump just to help out the team, but long jumping was definitely my specialty.
And Jerrod, who was the coach at UTEP? Still Bob Kitchens?
The mighty Coach
The legendary Bob Kitchens?
Legendary Coach Kitchens. There is no other.
What was the greatest benefit of running track for UTEP under Bob Kitchens?
The greatest benefit definitely was when you run track or when you participate for Coach Kitchens, you are truly a student athlete. Regardless of what your GPA was, you were required to go to study hall every night in the library and study. And he was really focused on not only making you a better athlete, but making you a good student. And that was important. And I still don't know how, but if you ever missed a class, Coach Kitchens knew about it. When you came to track practice that day, he'd ask you, why weren't you in history today? Why weren't you in psych today? I know you weren't there. Explain that to me. And that really makes you feel like not only is he a coach, but he really cares about you. And that's what UTEP means to me.
So Coach Kitchens, actually, he actually focuses on academics first and then track second.
Absolutely. You are truly a student athlete, not an athlete who's a student. You're a student athlete for UTEP.
And what years did you run for UTEP?
It was 95 and 2000. Got my degree in 2000. Some of the best years of my life.
What was the most exciting thing that happened while you were here?
I'd have to say definitely our back-to-back outdoor championships in 96 and 97. And I was actually lucky enough to be part of those teams with Obadele Thompson. A lot of people know Obadele Thompson. He was my teammate. And of course now he's Mary Jones' husband. And that was definitely great times here at UTEP. So I'll never forget those years. Never.
Fantastic, thank you. Nice job, young man. I think you may have a future.
And as you can see, he is clad in orange. He is here to watch UTEP upset number 10 ranked UT.
Hey, you know what? A minute ago you mentioned something that when you tried out for the Olympics, that Coach Kitchens allowed you to do something really special. Would you tell everybody about that again, please?
Absolutely. In 2000, I went to the Olympic trials, tried out for the Olympics, the Sydney Olympics, and Coach Kitchens actually allowed me to wear the UTEP uniform, even though I had graduated a couple of months prior to going to the trials. He allowed me to wear the UTEP uniform, and I wore it proudly, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
And you told me why you wanted to wear that uniform, that you went particularly to ask him for permission, and you had a reason for doing that. What was that?
To get the UTEP name out there, anything to get the orange and blue out there, and I was specifically hoping maybe there might be a kid in the stands watching me and say, hey mom, what's UTEP? I want to go there, I want to be like that guy. That was important to me. So I wouldn't trade it for anything. If I could go back 1,000 times, I'd put on that orange and blue 1,000 more times.
Dude, I got to tell you, I got cold chills going through my spine.
I was going to say, didn't you say that you had scholarship opportunities and elected to come to UTEP?
Actually, I did have scholarship offers elsewhere, and I decided to walk in here at UTEP and actually just walked into the office, my dad and I, and I'm a small guy, and here I am walking out onto the track, and there are these huge guys out there that are running that to me look like Greek gods, basically. And I walked in and said, you know what, Coach, I want to run for UTEP. And he said, you know what, if you come out here, I'll let you walk on. You come out here, if you do well, I'll put you on scholarship. And I'll tell you what, Coach Kitchens stayed true to his word. I had a pretty decent year my first year, and I'll never forget it. Outdoor championships my freshman year at UNM in Albuquerque. Coach Kitchens came over to me and he said, you know what, when you go home, tell your parents they no longer have to worry about financing your education from your good scholarship.
Because you were in El Paso, right? You knew the history and
Absolutely. I can remember being young, and UTEP had a rich distance running tradition, and I can remember seeing the guys from Kenya running basically through my neighborhood. I mean, you could go up on Alabama Street and see them running down to run over Cedar Drive and run back to UTEP. I recall seeing that in the 80s, and you know, the opportunity to come out and be part of that. Who wouldn't want to do that? Who would not want to do that?
Now, there's one more thing that you mentioned that is really kind of relevant for right now. You talked about how tight the track and field team is, even after they graduate and everything? And recently, during the Olympics, tell us about what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what, still got some really close friends that also ran track with me. And when Jerrod ran that wonderful 200 meters in Beijing, all the text messages went out that he had finished in medal position. And I actually sent a text to my wife, and my wife said, "Yeah, I know." So she texted me back, and all of my buddies were texting each other saying, "That's great, we've got a UTEP athlete up there who's going to get a medal." And unfortunately, he stepped on the line in the race and was disqualified. And once again, we had a round of texts that went out, and all of us were just deeply saddened by the fact that our UTEP guy did not bring home that medal. So it's a family. It's a family, definitely. I just want to say one more thing. Coach Kitchens, if you ever see this, thank you. You made a difference for me and for the other athletes that were on the team. We talk about you all the time. There's a reason why we consistently have world-class athletes on our track team. It's because we've got a world-class coach. Coach Kitchens, you're the best. Thank you.